Let's pray. Father God, we thank you for your amazing grace, your goodness, and your mercy. And Lord, we thank you for the children that you said, suffer the little children to come unto me. And do not forbid them, for such is the kingdom of heaven. And so, Lord, we pray today as we have hearts for ministry, have hearts to reach out to your little children, that you would teach us and prepare us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Good afternoon. I've been really eating, so this time of the day I'm really getting sleepy, but hopefully you will be fine. And I was just kidding, I'm going to teach you guys dance. Maybe I should do it. But maybe if we have a time, I want to teach you some dance, because, this is the Kids Trauma Care program, and kids love to dance. They're so cute, dancing together, and they gave me a lot of energies. So we have a lot of songs, over 10 songs, and teaching kids. And this is Operation Safe. And it's funny, here, Philippine people here in Philippines, everybody speaks English. That's wonderful. And Japanese people, they don't speak English. So every time I say operation, they think this is surgery. So it's like Operation Safe, and they always come up to me. It's like, is that surgery? Are you a doctor? So it's like, no. So I have to start, explaining to them what the Operation Safe is. But actually, this is Kids Trauma Care program, and I always explain to them about that. But first, I want to introduce myself. You can see this one. And this is my family. That's my husband, Jonathan. We've been together over 25 years. Yes. Yeah, we just celebrated 25th anniversary last month. And this is my daughter and my son. He's in college now, and I don't feel like I'm that old, but that's the reality, right? But actually, I'm Japanese. I was born in Tokyo, and I went to the United States to study, and my major was business. I have to make it short, so I'm speaking fast this part. But actually, my husband is a pastor, so I'm also pastor's wife, and I've been teaching Sunday school almost 30 years. Don't do math, okay? Otherwise, you're gonna figure it out about my age. But yes, I've been dealing with kids over 30 years, and I have 2 children of mine. And I told you, my major was business. But after I started this kids program, I'm back into college right now and studying psychology. So my husband always said, oh, my wife is a college student. So sounds really kind of bad, but anyway, I am studying psychology. This is kind of like my background. I think I didn't miss anything. Okay, so here it is. What's the Operation Safe? Maybe Jonathan shared about China earthquake. 2008 was Sichuan earthquake. And this Operation Safe started 2008 after the Sichuan quake. He went to visit our friends, missionary friends in China, and because they were working so hard. And Jonathan was sitting at the desk, but he couldn't sit still. He wanted to go and help them so bad. So he just hopped in an airplane and he just went. But he realized that he doesn't speak Chinese. So he was standing there and what can I do? But actually he did a lot of things. But after, he saw the disaster area in China, and he found out, adults are really working so hard, recovering the disaster. But kids are the one kind of neglected. Kids are playing in the, it's like in the disaster area, they were just, everything. It's like a grass or, on broken houses. They didn't know where to go because there's no school and nothing. So he realized that we need to do something to kids. So, coming back from China, he was thinking. Sometimes I think, I'm taking some psychology class. I think he has ADHD. So he has lots of plans in his mind. And after he came back, we have lots of artists in our church. So they were told to come to pastor's office. okay, here we come. Then he said, oh, I have this story. Can you make this story real? And can you draw the pictures of this and that? So that's how we started this Operation Safe. But back then, I have to explain to you about the Vacation Bible School. I am not sure in Philippines you do the Vacation Bible School? You do, okay. So this is so much easy to talk with you because in Japan, we don't do Vacation Bible School. We do actually. Our church, we do, but a lot of other churches, as you know, Japanese church is so small. So they don't have a manpower to do the Vacation Bible School. So they don't have any idea about the Vacation Bible School. So I always have to explain about the Vacation Bible School. But I think I can skip that part, right? Do you know anything about Vacation Bible School? Yes. Okay, do you? Okay, good, great. So actually, so this is the Vacation Bible School 5 days program. All of you know, and a lot of, in the States, a lot of churches are doing Vacation Bible School here and there. And I see a lot of kids are going, okay, this week I'm going to this Vacation Bible School. I'm going this one next week. It's kind of like, babysitting, free babysitting in the States. And instead of a church hopper, they have a Vacation Bible School hoppers in the States. Yes. So this is actually, this summer we did the Vacation Bible School, my church. 70 kids came, and that's really blessings because, Japan, Christian population is 0.6. But we got 70 kids came for the Vacation Bible School. So God's been really blessing us. This is my daughter, by the way. She did a wonderful job at the Vacation Bible School. Actually, funny things was, I was kind of overwhelmed because I was taking classes at the university and runs the Operation Safe. And I was talking with my husband, oh, maybe next year we shouldn't do the Vacation Bible School because I'm overwhelmed. But my daughter, since 5 years old, she grew up with Vacation Bible School. So she said, Mom, no, you can't do that. You have to do it. If you don't do that, I'm the one, I'm going to direct the Vacation Bible School. So it's like, wow, praise the Lord. And this Vacation Bible School is really, affected to kids. So I said, honey, no, I can do it next year. I will do it. So here we go. We are doing next year. If you want to come to Japan and help us, please do. Because I need more help. Yes. Okay, so this is about the Operation Safe values we believe. Yes, Jonathan wants to explain this one.
Yep. So I have to borrow your microphone for the camera.
I should stand right next to you.
Yeah, why don't you just stand right next to me? I'll try not to move around. So as we're transferring the Operation Safe, which is like a VBS program, we want to discover how we can teach them trauma resiliency. So instead of just teaching them the Bible or teaching them about Jesus, we want to help them to recover from the disaster. And so as we explain this and walk you through it, I want to start with our values, what we believe to begin with. And so the first thing is that every child is created in the image of God. And what does that mean? It means that they have value and they deserve to be protected and nurtured, cared for, and loved. Isn't this so important? Because sometimes they seem like little people and they're in the way, or oh yeah, they'll be fine, and sometimes it's an afterthought. But no, children are created in the image of God. They're so precious and so valuable. Second, Christians, we as the church, we have a unique resource of wisdom, compassion, and community that can help all children who have been through disaster. What I'm saying here is we've got something that nobody else has. The military, the government, they can't do what we can do. Okay, so third thing, that partnership with local Christians and humanitarian organizations are the most effective way to bring healing to children of diverse cultures around the world. So what we do as Operation Safe is we do not come in and do a program for you. We train you to do your own program. And we help you with some tools and some great characters and some wonderful songs and games and crafts. But you and the local church need to be able to pull this off. And what that does is it allows you to minister to your own children. It allows that community to administer to their own people. The most effective programs for children are creative. They're engaging and they're well designed. We are long past the age when you could just simply throw anything at children, give them some crayons, they'll be fine, right? We need to come up with things that are more engaging for children than what we have before. Programs should be sustainable by local Christians to meet the needs of children in their own community. The sustainability is very important because the children in that community will have needs long after the disaster is done. And especially with trauma, these are things that can take years and years to work through. And then finally, local Christians respond with compassion to the needs of children in their communities. Hearts will become open to the gospel of Jesus Christ. We see that as we authentically love on these children and help them through a very difficult time in their life, then hearts in that community, not just the children, but their parents and their caretakers and their relatives, they will understand, wow, Christ really makes a difference, and they'll be open to hearing about the gospel. So, what is Operation SAFE? What are we doing here? What we've done is we've built upon the psychological principles of crisis intervention, specifically facilitating an individual's restoration to adaptive functioning or referring that individual to a higher level of care. Wow, that's a lot of words. So basically, what are we doing? We are trying to help children get through this. Their life has crumbled around them. They are in a very difficult situation, and we want to help them to get through it. And if we can give them a little bit of care in the beginning, about 80% of the children will get through it. They will be okay. Children are incredibly resilient. And all they need is someone to say, it's okay. I was in Sichuan and talking to the principal of the school, of the first place that we held these camps. We had 250 children that went through the camp, and I asked him, what difference do you see in the children? And I was quite nervous because it was the first time we'd done the camp, and I didn't know if it worked or not. So I said, what did you see in the children? And he brought out his 7-year-old daughter, and he said, this is my daughter. After the earthquake, she didn't talk, she didn't play, she didn't smile. It was like somebody had hit the pause button on her life, and she was just stopped. After the Operation Safe camp, she smiles, she plays, she's back to being my daughter. Thank you for giving me my daughter back. So what we're doing there is we're hitting the play button. We're saying, it's okay to laugh, it's okay to smile, it's okay to be a child. It's all right. Now, about 20% of the children are going to have more problems. And some of them had problems before. And the disaster brings these things to the surface. And they'll need more help. And so, through the camp, we will find who those children are and then help them to go get the help that they need and refer them to the specialists or to more pastoral care or to a greater relationship with the local church. So the model that we use, just for psychology, if anyone wants to take notes, is called the SAFER R model. It was developed by George Everly, and this is used by the International Critical Incident Stress Foundation, United Nations, also Salvation Army use it. It's a very widely used intervention model. And what we've done with that model is we have taken it down to a child's level. So I'm going to share with you very simply what is the model that we're using. And it uses an acronym called SAFER, which is what we want the children to be, right? We want them to be safer. So it's very easy to remember. So the first letter is S, which is stabilize. And this is very simple. We want them to know that they're in a safe place and they're with safe people. You're going to be okay. This is not a dangerous place. You're not going to be hurt here. The second one is acknowledge, and we acknowledge that a crisis has happened. So for many people, when a crisis happens, a hurricane blows through Mindanao, we don't ever have hurricanes, right? So Mindanao is hurricane free, typhoon free, right? So something in your brain says, this is not real. This is a movie. This is a story. This is not my life. But it is your life. And so part of the recovery process is to understand that what happened to you really happened. And acknowledging that it happened is part of the recovery process. F is facilitating understanding. And so typically most people will react to post-traumatic stress, and their body reacts, their brain reacts, everything reacts, and they've never had this kind of reaction before. And so they think, I'm going crazy. This is crazy. What do I do? And actually, this reaction is normal. It's a normal reaction to an abnormal event. The only problem is you've never had that event before. So you don't know it's normal. It seems very, very strange. So we help them to figure out that this is normal. And then E is encourage, and we're encouraging the person to take practical steps towards recovery. Many people take very unpractical steps. In fact, some of those steps are self-damaging. So for example, for an adult, you might drink too much and you try to numb the pain with alcohol. Or you might get angry and strike your family member, or start a fight with somebody because that anger needs to come out. With a child, it's a little different. So they might withdraw from people and close up inside. They might become rebellious. They might revert back to a younger age. And so a 5 or 6 year old child might start acting like a 2-year-old. And for parents, as we look at these children, or teachers, we think, you're being a bad boy, right? And they punish the children for being bad, when in actuality, they're reacting to the stress. So we want to encourage them to take that stress out in productive ways rather than destructive ways. And then finally, the last one is R, which is recovery or referral. So in recovery or referral, we want to say, you're going to be okay, and we'll come check on you later. Or, this child really needs more care, and we can help them find the care that they need in their community. So this is the SAFER model, and the problem with it is most of the time we use this model with adults. And so, for example, if I was working at a disaster site, I might talk to the fireman who has just been working very hard, and he comes off of that site, and I give him a cup of coffee. And as he drinks his coffee, I sit and I listen to his story, and I help him to process it. And maybe 15, 20 minutes of sitting with this man, I've gone through the whole model. And I know he needs more help, or he's going to be all right. With a child, you can't do this in 15 minutes. You haven't even broken the ice yet in 15 minutes. You haven't even started a conversation yet in 15 minutes. You have to go to their level, become part of their world, and then walk them through the process. So what we did is, I was actually sitting in the hot spring in Tokyo, Japan. I was sitting in the hot water, and I was thinking, how in the world can I help these kids in China? And then I thought, SAFER. There's 5 principles. And in a VBS, we have 5 days. Oh, I can put this together. And so we decided to teach the children per day. Now you know what Operation Safe is based on, and I'm going to hand this back to my wife, and she's going to teach you how we take these principles and teach it to children.
And as you know, maybe everywhere I go and talk with the young youth, and Japan is really famous for manga, comic books, right? And which is kind of, God uses everything to for the evangelism. I thank God, everywhere I go and manga, and I can connect it with them. So for the little kids, we need little characters, right? Because manga, they're gonna grow up, and then, youth, they're gonna go into the manga, but before then, they need some little characters. So you can see front, we have some animals that are standing right there. And first day, this is Pete the penguin. And Pedro the penguin, right? In Philippines, we have to change the names because in Japan, Pete-chan and Pete is an English name. So Pedro, is that okay? The penguin. So according to the SAFER model, first day, we're gonna teach the kids, I am not alone. So we have, as you know, Vacation Bible School. I'm gonna show you later, but kids gonna go to a lot of different stations, like a snack or games or these stations. And we made the manuals, and in the manual, we're gonna talk about I am not alone. So first day, we're gonna say I am not alone. The station leaders, they're gonna say I am not alone so many times. And kids they have to say, fear not. And actually, they're gonna put the arms around your friends, and they will say, fear not, just like this.
Fear not.
Right. Okay, let's practice. I am not alone.
Fear not.
No, you have to put your arms around your friends, and you have to say that. Okay, I am not alone.
Fear not.
Yes, that's how they do that every day. And on and on and on and on. So 3 hours, but the end of the day, they will think, I am not alone. I am not alone. Oh, I am not alone.
Fear not.
Right. So that's the first day, and our goal, based on the SAFER and children, they will know this Operation Safe is a safe place. And the people around me, they're safe to talk to. That's the first day we're gonna teach the children. And also, in China and Haiti and Tibet, we couldn't teach them the Bible. But in Japan, even though our Christian population is so small, but we are free to talk about God. So I put a lot of Bible verse in this programs. And Japanese kids, they have never been to church, or they don't ever hear about Bible and God's word. But people, like 70 kids came to our Vacation Bible School. At least once in their life, they have heard of Jesus and His word. So this is the first day. That's the penguin, Pedro. And this is Wally the walrus. And kind of scary looking, but kids kind of think, ooh, they're big and they're scary. But after I made this manual, I learned these big creatures, he's like 2 or 3 meters high, but they live together as a community. So we are teaching kids, everybody is important. Not just you, everybody else is important. So sometimes you're gonna tell us about your story, but you also need to hear somebody's story. That's recovering from the trauma. You're gonna talk about your scar in your heart. But also, you're gonna listen to somebody's story, and that's gonna process. Oh, I am not alone. He is the one got hurt. Oh, she has that scar too. So that's gonna process their healing process about trauma. So this is the second day. Third day, this is Aurora, the whale. She looks young, but she's kind of wise grandma. And she's going all over the world, and she's gonna, yes, she's telling a lot of kids about wise advice. And third day, we're gonna teach them follow and believe. Basically, we are trying to tell them follow Jesus and follow God. But some areas in the world, we can say Jesus, so we say follow your heart. And that's third day we're gonna teach them. And the goal is to help children to regain hope and take each day one at a time. So yes, so this is we're gonna introduce the hope to the children. That's the third day. Fourth day, this is Sally the seal. She's so cute. Actually, after the disaster happens, I will tell you about the stories later, but after disaster happened, she couldn't go back into the water. She's so scared. When she go into the water, come back, maybe she's not gonna see friends again. So she's gonna tell these things to Pete later on. And so she's scared. But her friends are encouraging her, no, we're gonna go jump into the water with you. You will be okay. So this is the fourth day. We're gonna teach the kids, be strong and courageous. And yes, this is encourage each other and share your problems. That's the fourth day. And fifth day, this is Corey, the polar bear. And he's also the victim from the disaster. And he's gonna meet Penguin the pig in the fifth day. And we're gonna teach the kids, you are loved. And this is the day, we're gonna realize that, oh, this child has more trauma, she needs to be taken care of. So this is the fifth day, but by the time of the 5 days, spending time with the one who's pouring out love on kids, they're gonna feel so loved and go home. So this is the 5 days, and I just basically, I told you, the theme and stuff.
All right, can you hear me? Here we go. I got to use this one. Okay. So what we use is a storyboard. And these storyboards are Japanese kamishibai. And it's actually a traditional Japanese way of telling stories. It's been used since the Edo times, about 200, 300 years ago. And it's very useful, especially with children who are from oral cultures. So in Tibet and in Haiti, we found that kids learn the stories so quickly and they love the colorful pictures. So our story begins with Pete, the penguin. And Pete lived in a place that's far, far away. It's so far away that no human beings live there, only penguins. And there are many penguins. Now, Pete was a little penguin who loves to play. But he didn't have any friends. And so he came to his mother and he said, Mama, 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 Mama. Pete, can't you see I'm busy? Mama, please play ice tag with me. Pete, you're bothering me. Go outside and see your father. Papa, 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 Papa. Pete, shh. You're scaring away all the fish. Go away. So Pete was very angry. Go away. Go away. I'll show them. I'll go so far away, they'll never find me. And so Pete started to walk far, far away from his home. And as Pete was walking, behind him, something started to crack. Beep, beep, beep. Crack, crack, crack. And suddenly the ice shelf started to break. Whoa! The ice shelf flung up in the air and Pete began to slide. Whoa! Whoa! Pete flew up into the air, which is not good for a penguin, because penguins don't know how to fly. Whoa! Bam! Pete had hit a rock. And when he woke up, it was dark. And there was no one else around. He cried out, "Mama, Mama, Papa, Papa." He didn't want to be far, far away from home anymore. He wanted to be safe with his mama and his papa. Pete searched and searched, and he began to cry. He remembered what his mother had said about not going out after dark. He remembered what his papa had said about not going far away. And then, as he cried, he felt something warm on his cheek. And it was the sun that was beginning to rise. When he opened his eyes, he looked around, and he saw that he was not alone. There were many other penguins and other animals that had been through the same thing that he had. So this is the first day story. And each day, the children will go on the adventure with Pete. They learn from the story, but then every activity that they do also reinforces the theme. So the first theme is, I am not alone.
Fear not.
So I'm going to hand this back to Lie, and I've got to go and make a presentation in the next place. So I'll be back later.
USB? Yes, so that's the story. And if you want to see 5-day stories, I have it here in English and Chinese. So you can see whole stories. And nice things about this storyboard. And some people said, why don't you make a DVD? That's so much easier. But sometimes disaster area, we can't use any electricity. So this is really handy. And also one nice thing about this, when we are reading like this, I can see each one's facial expression. And sometimes they're gonna, they look so sad or, so cheerful. And, I see some volunteers, they struggle because they see the kid's face daily. So they think, oh, I need to pray for that child. I need to pray for him because we can see how much they are struggling through that. So I think we're gonna stay with the storyboard just like this so we can see each one's face. And tell you about this story is Pete, this is not a happy ending story because some of the kids, they never see mom or dad or families because they died. So Pete just separated from his parents and he's not gonna see his mom and dad. So, through this story, kids gonna kind of connect with story about their situations. But at the end, Pete is gonna meet a lot of friends just like them, and they're gonna go on to the next step. So that's how we are trying to teach them, not like a happy ending. It's all right, you had a disaster and sad things happened, but there's a tomorrow's coming, and God's gonna bring you a lot of friends to help you. So that's the main purpose for this story. But back to the Operation Safe programs. And as you know, at the BBS, when the kids come to the Operation Safe, they will do the registration. So they will meet a lot of volunteers and kids, and we're gonna start the new day. And starting is opening station. That's where, I was kind of kidding about dance, and we're gonna dance, teach them dance, and that's a worship song. And also our theme song is like, it's kind of like a story, and we don't know anybody, but behind the mountain, somebody's waiting for you. So, have a hope. So that's our theme song, and we're gonna teach them that songs every day with dance, and they're singing every day from opening and finale, and they're gonna go home and dancing. Actually, we gave them out the CD at the end of the program. I'm so sorry for mom because they have to listen to these songs in the car. So actually, we made a Christmas and Easter program after we made this program. And every time we go back to the same place, mom's kind of complaining a little bit, but they were happy about it. But I listened to that song so many times. Now I memorized it. I can dance. So I encourage them to, oh, come dance with me. So this is kind of like a kids trauma care program, but I see a lot of moms, and I kind of connected with them too. So it's this is a kids program, but you can reach out to the mothers too. Okay, so and then kids gonna go to the 5 different stations, and each station is 20 minutes. And finale is the end of the program daily. Oops. Okay, so daily schedule just, I said opening games, Bible, and Pete's story time, snack, craft, and finale. Okay. So this is the things. If we have a small group of children, wow, this is not, I thought I fixed it, but that's Chinese character, which means all of them. Yes. So if we have under 30 kids, all of them are going to the each stations. So that's how, oh, wow, great. Hold on. So they are going to visit each station like that. But like we always have like a 70 to 100 kids coming to our VBS and Operation Safe. And in China, it was like a 250 kids came. So in that case, we're gonna divide the kids into 5 big groups. And each group has 3 little groups because clue readers, that's adult. And we programmed, one adult is gonna take care of 5 or 6 kids. If it's like a 10 or 20, that's impossible to take care of. So usually one adult is taking care of 5 to 6 children. So this is gonna make one big group. And then group A is gonna go to snack first, then craft, and they're gonna rotate. So can you see? Rotate, but I don't think I can move this. Oh yes, yeah, I'm sorry. So clue leaders and group leaders, they are the key persons because they're gonna be with children every day. And they're gonna sit down with kids, 5 or 6 children, and they are the one hear the stories from them. So when we go to the Operation Safe, I usually, we get the request from the church, local church, oh, can you come and do the programs? And I usually send out the emails to all of our volunteers. We have 300 volunteers signed up. And okay, we're gonna have a program this day. Who can go with me? So they're gonna reply to me, and I'm gonna send them okay, you're gonna be in charge of the snack. You're gonna do the games. You're gonna do this, that. And then we're gonna go to the disaster area. But as Jonathan said, we connect with the local churches. Because we volunteers, we go there, we can do the programs, but we come back. But who's gonna be with children? The local church people are the one. So I usually ask local church people to be a clue leaders and group leaders. So they're gonna be really connected to. So even though after we come home, if the church wants to have like a Wednesday kids camp or every Wednesday kids club or something, so they are already connected with kids through this program. So pastor's wife, they know these kids. So this is how we are trying to set the clue leaders and group leaders. So this is the openings. We made the banners for the 5 days. It's gonna make more rooms colorful. So they are dancing. So at the openings, we introduce dance and songs and daily themes, just like I am not alone, and the memory verse from the Bible. This is a snack station, and they are making a friends and sandwiches. Actually, we made this program, everything based on safer. Even though this is snack, this is, okay, here's the bread, here's the jam. It's not like that. They're gonna cut out with cookie cutters with heart shape. And they're gonna put the jam, and they put little kind of choco baby, that's what we call in Japanese, but little chocolate. And that's gonna be the friends. In your heart, you're gonna put the friends. But jam is kind of like Jesus. Jesus is gonna connect it to us. So that's first day's snack. So each snack daily, every day, there's a meaning to it. So kids gonna learn about, each station, you are not alone, and also about God's love. So even second day, that's gonna be everybody's important mix. So this is kind of like a trail mix. And this is kind of fun for Japanese kids because Japanese never seen trail mix. They mix together with other snacks. So when I introduced this snack to the kids, they were so excited. Wow, so each snack is yummy, but put everything together, it's gonna be more fun. So that's why we are kind of emphasize everybody's important. Just like each snack is important, but all snacks get together is important. So, and third day is follow and believe. So we have a bamboo skewer, and we put snacks on the bamboo skewer. So kind of like a follow the first snack, and kind of follow and believe. We are teaching them with gifts on the stick. So fourth day is be strong and courageous. So they make a funny dumbbell. It's the donut with pocky. Do you know the pocky sticks? Oh, I don't know how to say that in English, but yeah, so that's a dumbbell. And this is a purity cups. I really like this one. We gave them the clear cup. That's our heart. And God can see our heart really clearly, see through. But if you're gonna bring yourself to God, God's gonna put a lot of goodies in your heart. So we put a lot of good snacks in there. So kids gonna see, wow, God can see my heart clearly like this, but He's gonna put a lot of good stuff in my heart. So we demonstrate with snacks like this. Okay, here's a craft station. So first day, we are introducing ourselves to the new groups. And 5 days, they're gonna spend the time together. So we make the craft this pouch. This is my daughter made. And daily, when kids come to the Operation Safe, they get this medallion. And in the behind it, it's talk about the theme. So, when they come, they can take this home. So to take this home, we have these pouch things. So they can put it in. So first day, we have to introduce ourselves to the group. And we're going to teach them, I am not alone, right, with this craft. And second day is this. This is really like a Japanese traditional toys. I'm not sure about Philippines and other countries with the wooden ones and put the balls this way or that way. So this one, this is kind of sad face. Sometimes, you're going to face to this something sad or some troubles. But this is God. And even though you're sad or something trouble comes, God always, accepts you. God loves you so much. So this is kind of, we are teaching them. So we do this, and it's like, oh yay, God's gonna protect me. God's gonna accept me. So we're gonna teach them with this craft. Third day, follow and believe. Actually, in that story, there's a star comes out. So we make this chain, and some of the bees, it's gonna grow in the dark. And kids, they're gonna be so afraid of dark. And even my daughter's friend, they were 13 when we had an earthquake and tsunami came. They couldn't sleep by themselves. They have to ask mom and dad, can I sleep with you? 13 years old, because she was so afraid about dark and earthquake. So, nighttime they can hold on to this one, and of course, the light is Jesus. We're gonna teach them about that. So, don't be afraid, even in the dark, God is with you. So with this strap, we are teaching them about God. Fourth day is this scratch, I don't know, we say scratch art. First on the sheet of the white paper, they're gonna use the colorful crayons and they just gonna scribble. And then we have to put black. And with the toothpick, they can draw the pictures. And maybe, have you ever done this? When I was little, I did this one. But this is the day we emphasize kids, tell me about your story, right? And it's all right, you to tell me the story. But we did the programs, and some kids, they have a trauma, and they couldn't put the black crayons on it because they were too scared to do that. So we said, it's all right, you don't have to do that. And those signs, oh, he has some trauma here. And with this, each craft, we can see the signs of trauma. So, but even though, a lot of good memories are there, sometimes bad memory comes out, but look, there's more beautiful things come out from that. So that's what we are teaching through this, this craft. Fifth day is bear, because Collie the bear, and surprisingly, this is one towels, and can make it like this teddy bears. I was, my friend coming to our church, she found this one, and I thought she's so smart and clever, because kids love to cuddle the teddy bears, right? So this is the one towel, like this big towels, and by the end of the fifth day, we're gonna put the names, the group, the kid's name in your group, like so and so and so. And then we're gonna teach them how to make this teddy bear. They're so happy to have a teddy bear, and they just take home, and maybe nighttime they're gonna cuddle with this bear, and we are teaching them, you are so loved. So these are the craft we are teaching them. So this is a pizza adventure. So we told you about the stories, and it's not gonna be a happy ending. And this pizza adventure stations, it's not just stories. We're gonna do the object lessons too. And sometimes we use the piece of the puzzle. And everybody's here is like a piece of the puzzle. We're gonna put them together and make a beautiful pictures. So they think, oh, I am not alone. And also, we work together to make something beautiful. So these object lesson is coming. Okay, this. And also game stations. This is a sponge relay. But first day is freed stack. You have to make a pair, because first day is you are not alone. So we're gonna make them pair, and it's you have done the freed stack, right? And that it is there, and if you are attached or tagged, you have to be freeze. So that's the day. And fifth day, we're gonna have a circle of love. Have you ever done it? You kind of stand in a circle like this, and you grab someone's hands, and then you're gonna be untangled. It should be like a perfect round. So yeah, that's the circle of love, and we are so excited. Kids are so excited. Why? It's gonna be a big circle, and even adults, it's fun. Maybe later we can try out that. So it's gonna be exciting for you. Okay, so here's the Bible stations. I know some of you taught at the Sunday school, but our Bible station, it's not just listening to the story. I'm gonna let them be in the story. So this is the first day. We have a sheet, and we have to put the clue readers there. This is the story for the first day. The friends are bringing sick friend from the ceilings. So we're gonna show them tear the ceilings with the cardboard. Ugh, wow, like this. And they're gonna, okay, how heavy he was. So they're gonna experience it. Wow, carrying your friend is really heavy. How they did it through the ceilings. And so kids are so excited about Bible stories, and not just listening, they can feel it, and they're gonna be in the Bible story. Sometimes this one is 5 loaves and 2 fish. So they are drawing what we can do to our friends to help. And this is Peter walked on the water. So actually we made a big boat, and she's Jesus. So we are demonstrating the Bible stories. And one time, we were in a big boat, and some kids couldn't come out from the boat because too scary. Tsunami and the boat and water, that's connected. So they said, I'm too scared. So we reach out to the child, it's okay, I'm going with you. Come on, you can do it. So this is the chance, to express about God's love and also help. And it's a good thing. They can say that. I'm too scared to do that. Some kids, their trauma is too heavy. They can't even tell you how they feel. But I'm too scared. That's a good sign. They are telling me how scared he is. So this is a healing process also. This is a finale. It's me up there. And also, I'm going to review what we have done all day long today, and dance and songs and theme and everything. And I do the object lesson too. This is the 5th day, and God is protecting us just like umbrella, rain jacket, and rain boots. So I'm going to invite one child from the group and then demonstrate, okay, here's your umbrella, here's your coat. God is always like that. But when we did it at our church, I just dumped the water on top of them, so real water. And their kids are so excited. It's like, ah! But that's real, Sometimes, we adults, we feel like, somebody dumped the water on me. We feel like that. But no, God is protecting us just like umbrella or jacket or rain boots. God is always with me. So we teach them with these object lessons. This is also fun object lessons. Actually, the lady from Singapore, she's standing on top of the eggs, the case of the eggs. I brought one egg, and I told the kids, you think this one egg is going to hold my weight? They will say, no, yes, so they were excited. And I just going to crush it. And the egg's going to be all over. But we're going to line up the eggs, 10 of those together, and, line up like that, and it's going to hold her weight. So this is the second day. Our theme was everybody's important. So if we work together, we can, we can do something big things. So this one is be close to the light. So those are the object lessons I do at the Operation Safe. Okay, how to run the Operation Safe? I cannot do this all by myself. Yes, it's fun to do it, but I need a lot of helps. And so, funny things was, when we had a tsunami, this program was made in Chinese, how do they speak Haiti? And French, some dialect of French, and also Tibetans. And these language, this program was translated into these languages, and also English. But we found out there was no in Japanese. So after tsunami, I kind of asked so many ladies to translate it into Japanese. And also, I wanted to tell them about this program. But as I told you, most of the Japanese pastors, they don't know anything about Vacation Bible School. So I was kind of thinking, how can I introduce this program to everybody? So God gave me ideas. I need to go here and there to do the seminars. So my church ladies and we got together. We did seminars for 5 days first. And a lot of people came from all over Japan to learn about Operation Safe. Now I have 300 Operation Safe volunteers. So what we do is not like this. I'm going to ask them to take the chairs away and sit on the floor, and I'm asking each volunteers, okay, think about your age and take tens and think about just ones. So it's going to be like a 5 or 6 or 7 or whatever. So you are 5 years old today, and let's act like 5 years old. Let's dance. And they're going to go through the whole program at the seminar. So they're going to experience this Operation Safe, and they're going to realize, oh, this is fun program. And then, when the program planned, I'm going to let them know, okay, we are going, who wants to come? So they are joining us, and now we have 300 people, and then that's how it's happening. And also, after the programs, and we were asked to make follow-up programs too, not just 5 days programs. So we made a one-day Christmas programs and also one-day Easter programs. And we went to, we do have numbers, how many places we have done in Japan, but we reach out to over 500 kids. And so these 300 volunteers, we went here or there, and then we reach out to the 500 children. And interesting things is Japan is really small country, but the area tsunami hit is really like countryside. And before tsunami, I don't think they ever seen foreigners. And one time, whole family went to visit one of the prefecture up there. They were just staring at us, even like a family restaurant. They stopped eating. They were just looking at us because, we are international families. They have never seen, I guess, Americans, and half American and half Japanese children. So, but after the tsunami, their heart is more open up. And so many foreigners went in. So now they don't really care about foreigners, and praise the Lord for that. But some areas, interesting things was, Onagawa, that's the area tsunami hit and the whole town was destroyed. And we went to visit that area, and not so many kids came, maybe like less than 10 kids. And we had to go there every other week instead of 5 days total because there was no church in that town. So we were renting out the community centers, so we are going there every other Saturday. But these kids, they were so excited to attend our programs. So we said and encouraged them, bring more friends. But they never shared with other friends. I don't know, maybe that's the culture there. They don't want to share anything fun. This is mine. I don't want to share with it. Maybe this is a sign of trauma, but one area was like that. But the other area I had, I was connected with the local elementary school. This is really rare because we are Christians, and going into the public school building and talking with the principal. And I asked them to let us use one of the facility, which was kind of demolished by tsunami. They're no longer using that building, but so there's no electricity. But that's the place I can hold. I can have the operation safe. So, but praise the Lord, God opened the door and we used that place. In my mind, bringing those kids coming into this school building, I thought they're gonna have a flashback because tsunami came and that was an evacuate center and so many kids evacuated there and they have seen so many people wiped out, with tsunami in front of them. So, that time, I prepared with lots of elementary school teacher, volunteer, elementary school teachers, because, they are expert to deal with the kids. But I found out, those kids, some of the kids who came to that program, they lost mom or dad or grandparents. They lost whole things. But I couldn't tell. They were smiling and dancing, and so I was thinking, why I can't tell, about the grieving or anything from these kids, and found out, somebody is taking care of them, like one of the families or they were so loved by these people. That's why, the love covers everything. So I found out that, but on the other hand, I did another programs, and I held a program at the community center. Around the community center, there's lots of apartments. Mom never make so they are trying. Boy was stressed, and I explained to them, you need to be here because this is for the programs. Why don't you come? Oh, I'm hungry because they breakfast for me. And if I can get it, I'm home. I said, no, come back. He did. He came back, but with knives. He's trying to scare the other kids. You have to tell no knives allowed here. I have actually the program. I have to teach them the disciplines. no, you are not hit. You can't hit any other. So, each area is different, a lot of different stories. And some people ask me, so is this program really effective? But we've been doing this just 2 years, and we go to this area and that area, and not like the same kids coming to, church or this program again. So really, we don't have the nice data to give you. But just like Jonathan said, in China, the principal's daughter came for 5 days, this program, and she got the smile back. And also in China, this is also China, one boy came to this program daily, but he never participated to this program. But he thinks this is fun, so he comes every day. So by the time, the Operation Safe ended, one of the crew leaders took him home. So on the way to home, he expressed, about how much he went through. He suffered through the earthquake, which was, actually he was trying to run away from his home, but he saw the neighbor's house was just collapsed by the big stones or mudslide. But to escape that, he has to step on top of the house. But he knew his neighbors are buried underneath there. But so, he felt so guilty. He did it. He stepped on someone's house and someone buried in there. But he couldn't tell anybody about this. But 5th day after the Operation Safe is done, he shared about this one. And the crew leader beside him, walking beside him, he said, "It's all right. That was okay. You didn't do anything bad." And, I'm sure his trauma just went down. It's like, oh, I didn't do anything bad. But just that word he needed to hear to, heal his trauma. So we are trying to get more report back, from Operation Safe programs in Japan. And hopefully maybe next year or later on, I can share, how effective this program is. But we are sharing this program here and there, and everybody said there was no such a program like this to, deal with the trauma. So we've been asked to go and share in Korea, because they are preparing for the North Korea is gonna collapse sooner or later. And a lot of people are coming to South Korea, so they want to prepare for that. So we're going to go and share about this one. And also, we just went to Singapore last month. And Singapore, there's no disaster, which is wonderful. But nice thing is like they can go out and to do these programs. So we went there, and 60 people came to the seminar, and we're going to go back there again, and then we're going to train the volunteers. And now next month we are going to Thailand, and we're going to train more people there. And so next year we're going to be very busy, but this is really, I believe this is really good program. And I see lots of kids are smiling and they're dancing, and usually, they can't wait to come to this program. And so I wanted to experience that, and maybe we still have a little bit of time, so we can stand up and we can try the circle of love. Can we do that? So we can be excited. I know, we need to stretch a little bit. Okay, so you can stand up. And you're gonna put your hands out, maybe this way, but you can grab somebody's hand right next to you. You can't do that. You have to grab somebody's, cross the, yeah, not right next to you, each other. So I'm gonna do this. Okay, are you okay? Oh, you guys can't do that. Somebody has to, okay, here. Okay, here. How about, can you do this? One more? It's someone? Okay, I can't do that. Okay, shall we untangle this one? Okay, so somebody has to move. Okay, you have to turn around. Okay, this one. Oh, you guys need to move. Okay, here. Okay, somebody, okay. You need to turn around. And what's going on here? Okay, so where are we? Okay. No, you find this.
Maybe you will
Go down. Okay, yeah. Okay. So you need to turn around, huh?
To turn around.
Oh, you're fine. Okay. How about here? That's really tangled. Here, how we can do this? Maybe this one. You need to go come inside.
Yeah, we're
Better than dancing.
Okay, so follow her.
I played this before.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Oh, I need help here though.
Go down,
Okay, there.
Are we allowed to step over?
Yes, yeah. Step over, whatever we can do.
You guys haven't been doing this for like the last 10 minutes. You just started, right?
Yeah, actually 40 minutes. Yay, yeah, please. Okay, so is that getting untangled? What's going on there? Right, yeah, so like that. So here, maybe you guys need to go under, like this. Then you're gonna turn around like this. How about there? Yeah, you turn around. How about here? What's in the middle? Yeah, Jonathan, can you see the middle ones? Yeah, no, I don't know. We are stuck.
Oh, yes.
Here.
I'm not sure. So, who's this brother connected to here?
Right.
Okay, and then also here. Okay.
Right.
So I think he needs to go that
Go
way, but
here.
I don't know how to.
He needs to go over this hand.
Yeah, okay, so you come down, both
Yeah.
of you come down,
Right.
and then you go over.
Over. Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
That might help,
Okay.
or might
So
not.
am I gonna stretch out?
Okay, and so then this one, this brother here,
Ah, maybe you go under and follow. No, not you. Here's the. So there. Okay, it's getting better.
yeah.
better, okay?
ここが how it
This
happened.
brother here,
Right.
yeah, if you can just, you can.
Right, yeah.
Oh, that's better.
How about
So you're not-
here? We have.
Okay, so here, he can come through and then step over here.
Okay.
He has to go under and through.
Oh my goodness.
Might be hard.
You wanna?
So, yeah, so bring your head down. And we all get close to each other here. Now step over this way.
Wow, we did really well.
You did, didn't you? Okay. And did that buy us any room?
Almost.
So now you've got.
You guys are.
Maybe we go through.
Yeah.
you go
We all through.
under.
This is me. Okay, here.
And then you've got.
Maybe can you go this? No, just go. Jonathan,
over?
go. No. 違う。
Okay.
Hold on. こっちから向こうにぐっと。
Okay, so you got to come
そう
through.
come through.
And then pull everybody around with you.
難しい。
Who's back here? Who's that? Who's that? That's you.
Oh, that's your hand.
Okay.
You know, it's not this hard usually. We did really well.
Trauma.
Drama, yeah, we get traumatized. Oh
I think you're just trying to avoid the question and answer time.
no.
Okay, so.
But we still have 20 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, let's do the
So-
questionnaires, the answers right now.
Mm-hmm. I think you've set up something too difficult. Huh?
Really? Yeah? Oh,
Right?
we should try it again?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try it again. This is not fun. We have to do it, you know. Big, nice circles. Okay, so you cannot hold hand with anyone right next to you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I think
No, next to you. Next to you.
actually, why don't you
Okay,
stay out?
stay out.
I'll be in.
Okay,
And you guide us, okay?
okay. All right,
She's
I'll do
better
that.
at this than I am.
Okay, so grab your friend's hand.
You have to grab one.
Yeah, one
can't be the same
hand.
person.
Not same person and not the person next to you. Okay.
That works. Okay.
Okay. Now you are getting good at it. So okay.
Okay. Wow.
So.
Who's back first? Okay, who's our leader?
Okay. Here, turn around. Then. No, you guys have to move too by yourselves and figure it out.
Okay.
Yes.
So maybe we can.
Yeah. Right.
Three of us. Okay, good.
Okay, this is
Oh, now I'm
good.
in a
Big
good spot.
Yeah. He's in a good spot. Okay, so what's going on here? Oh wow. Here
Okay.
you can come.
Yeah.
Okay, and you turn around because
I
it's
turn around.
yeah under here. Okay, so this is straightened. Okay, this needs to go over there. Okay, can you duck? Okay,
Hey.
and you need to go over. Okay, can you bring everybody down? Oh, I know it's a good stretch. Oh, good. So here is okay. This is good. Can I go inside?
Okay, I think we have an inner circle, outer
Yeah,
circle.
inner circle and out circle. Yeah.
That's what's going on.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
here. You can turn around. Yes. And then you go underneath.
That worked better.
And then you're going to turn around. And here, you have to step over this one. And you can come out. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I put you like this.
Okay. Oh,
And
very
turn
good.
around. Okay, we have two big
Yay,
circles.
circles.
Yay!
Oh, no, we don't.
Oh.
It's two interlocking circles, I think.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not.
Yeah. What's going on? Here, we can untie this one. Oh, you can go out. Okay.
Going.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Okay.
I think we have one big circle. Yay! We're getting there! We're getting there! We're getting there!
All right.
Yay.
What does that game teach?
Circle love. You are loved, yes. Yeah, oh wow, good. Whew.
Good job. Okay.
Yeah.
So, are you
Yeah, I'm
all
done. Yeah.
Okay. So, we know that many of you are involved in children's ministries. So, if you're involved in children's ministry already, please raise your hand. So, that's a good group. Okay, very good.
Do you need
So, yeah. Maybe if I could ask you, you have to stay near me. I like this. So, if I could ask you, what are some of the trauma situations that you have dealt with in your ministry? Now, it might be disaster, but probably there's other trauma besides just disaster. So maybe if we could just pass the mic around and you can share with me a little bit. What are some of the kinds of trauma that children that you've been involved with have? And we can share just a little bit about it. Don't take too long, but very, very briefly.
It's not from the disaster what we experience in our children feeding program, but the trauma which they experience is about the maltreat of the father.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, and even I have two kids. They are from our children feeding program, and then they came to the house, and then they asked, Pastor, can we stay with you in the house because we don't want to go home because our father, when he went home late at night, drunk, and they will let them awake and then slap the face, and then even they didn't even provide a food because the mother is in the prison.
Okay. So some of the children that we're dealing with and we're helping have trauma that's not from a disaster, but is from the family life. Want to share?
Our children, if they are attending in our DBBS, they are always, I notice they are always quarreling. And when we observe, and and I asked the family, why their children is like this? And then the neighborhood, they tell that their family is always also to quarrel.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So sometimes this is about domestic violence, and it might be that the father is hitting the mother. Sometimes it's also about families that have broken up and the father has disappeared. Maybe in your situation?
Now, past experience in the disaster, and then you can help with a lot of learning in modern ideas in this time.
Okay, great.
A whole village got burned down.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the same thing with her. It's the whole community burned down, and another thing is the flood.
Okay.
In Singapore, there's no major crisis, but family in distress. So children are abused,
Right.
Or single mothers
Right.
who have those needs.
Right.
Yeah. But it's a good program.
For me, it's broken up.
Broken up families, yeah. Yeah.
I think compassion has experienced pretty much
Everything.
yeah, because we're all over the Philippines, so there's different contexts for different areas, but we pretty much have fires, disasters, child abuse, neglect, and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the same boat
Okay.
because I'm also an EMS worker.
Right, right. Okay.
Children with separated parents.
Children who are left behind by their
Abandoned.
parents. No, I mean those who weren't pregnant.
Oh, went abroad. Oh, okay, yeah. Right. Okay. So, one of the issues that we find is that the children who need more help, the children who are reacting poorly, they oftentimes are the children who have some kind of previous trauma. And trauma tends to layer on top of trauma. And so someone who has already experienced trauma, then the next trauma is more powerful and harder to deal with. And so it's very important that we try to deal with the trauma that they've already had, because if we don't, the next time is going to be worse. And so a lot of times the disaster will bring up the abuse, or bring up the abandonment, or bring up the rejection or the bullying at school, or whatever other problems are there. And so we can look at it two ways. One way we can say, oh my gosh, here's more, okay. But the other way we can say is this is now an opportunity to minister to this child and their deep needs that otherwise would have been hidden. Okay, so let me open it up to you, questions that you might have about Operation Safe.
Do you have ready materials that can be transferred from one to another?
Yeah, so what, we're recording, so what we do is we have the whole kit with the stories and the games and everything there, manuals that can be trained for each volunteer. But what we want to do in each circumstance is we want to help you to put it in the language of the children that you work with. So if it's English, great, it's easy. But usually if it's a language of a local area, it'll take a little time to translate it, and we want to work with you so that it's translated correctly. And then the other thing is we want to make sure that you have training in trauma care. So you don't want to just simply do it and let the program take care of the children. Because what happens is your volunteers are also exposed to trauma. Yeah?
I put it up. This is the manual.
Oh, great. Okay. Yeah, so these are examples of, for example, this one here is the day 4 snack. So each day has the different activities. This is day 4 snack, how to make it, what the objectives are, what kind of theme that we're trying to teach the children through it. And it's actually a script, so that the person who is running that snack table, they can read through. And it's very easy, just give them material and okay, this is your job. But we want to make sure that you are trained well to do it and you can take care of your volunteers. And we're actually asking Compassion to help us in that area. So you'll get more information from them. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So as you can see, this is a manual, and we made this program because disaster, we don't know when the disaster happens. So if something happens a week ago, okay, we gotta go, Operation Safe, and deal with the kids' trauma care. Okay, you do this, you do that. And even though that, you know, you see this is kind of lines, and I haven't seen the English ones, but when I did it in Japanese, even, you know, we said, hello, my name is so-and-so and so. So you can just read the manual and you can just present it. So this is kind of easy to do this program. You don't have to be trained. Here you go, you do this, you do this. If you can read the words, you can lead these programs. That's how we plan this program.
So there's two things we're trying to tell you here. One is it's super easy. You can train somebody to do it in one day. Okay? The second thing I'm telling you is your leaders, you need to understand trauma. And you need to be able to take care of your team. Okay? So we want to help you to get that training and to be able to do it well. But then we want you to be able to recruit volunteers and involve lots of people to do it. Like we said, there's 5 children, we always have 1 volunteer leading those 5 children. So if you have 100 children, that means 20 volunteers, right? So it's a great opportunity to involve lots of people in your church, in your community. But of course, that means each one, you have to train them quite quickly, right? So, okay, other questions? Okay, good question. So the question is, how can you get the volunteers? Well, the materials. Okay, no, the volunteers, if you have them, that's great. Okay, how can you get the materials is we really want you to work through Compassion. And what we'd like to do, we haven't got everything settled yet, so I might be presumptuous, but I can't come to the Philippines all the time, and I can't do it. And my wife can't either because I need her back in Japan. So what we want to do is to transfer this to you guys and be able to make this available. We'd like to make it available to you at a very, very reasonable price so it can be used everywhere. But we also want to make sure that you use it the right way and you have the right training. Because with child trauma, obviously it is a very important intervention in their life. And we wanted to make sure that we're doing good and not causing damage. So the short answer is you can't just go to the website and download it. We want to make sure that it's done responsibly. All right, any other questions?
So will Compassion let us know?
Yes. Yes. Will Compassion let you know?
I'm sorry, I don't represent, I'm not in that position to say anything else.
We got the email.
Right. Yeah, we can let you know, but what we'll let you know is when Compassion is ready. Okay? We won't be coming back and trying to train every group separately. There's just no way. You guys have lots of disasters and lots of places. But of course, our desire and our hope and what we're praying for is that this will be used to help lots and lots of kids. And I know it works. Did you tell them about the boy in Sichuan? You did. Did you tell them about the little girl in Fukushima? No. Okay, let me finish with that, and then it's time to go. So when the nuclear accident happened in Fukushima, the people had to evacuate. And people in Tokyo were very afraid of radiation because you can't see it, you don't know where it is, and we didn't know how much radiation was out there. And so when people evacuated from Fukushima, many places they were rejected, and they tried to go into a store or into a hotel or into a hospital. And they closed the door because they saw that the license plate of the car was from Fukushima. And so these people were deeply wounded that they were rejected in their time of need. So at our church, we held an Operation Safe Camp for the evacuees from Fukushima. And we welcomed them into our church, and they played with our children together in the camp. And of course, we gave them the little medallions. We gave them the medallion of Pete, which says, "I am not alone." So one of the little girls in the camp, she was going into the first grade. And so she was entering the first grade, and no one knew. She knew nobody in that school. She had no friends there at all. And then everybody in her class knew that she was the little girl from Fukushima. And they were afraid of her. They thought maybe that they would get radiation. So this little girl, her mother told me afterwards, every day she went to school with this medallion. And it said on the back, "I am not alone." So we never thought when we made this program that we would be helping children get through a nuclear meltdown. We never thought about radiation. Okay, I was thinking about earthquake. But trauma is trauma. And so children in broken families, children who've been through abuse, children who have been abandoned, living on the street, children who've been through war and conflict, children who've been through disasters, children whose parents have abused them. This is something that the church can respond and do something very practical to help these children. And also, I'll tell you, it is a lot of fun. I enjoy it because doing other disaster work, sometimes it's overwhelming and you think, it's so dark, so much pain, so much depression, so much hurt. But when we help children, it is so wonderful because they rebound. And you see, wow, there's so much hope when a child recovers. So thank you very much for listening today. And if you'd like more information about Operation Safe, in this one, both of our names are there, and feel free to write us. And we would love to get you going on this program.